Amazon FBA. There is one thing that is stopping you right now, and I wanted to point it out. Let's go. Okay, let's have a little chat. My name is Karina. I'm an Amazon FBA seller, and I do daily Amazon FBA video uploads, and for the sole purpose of breaking down these Amazon FBA myths that so many people have. Now, I know there's a lot of levels. There are people that are just starting out and know absolutely nothing about Amazon. There are people that have been selling and kind of, you know, getting the ball rolling. Maybe their product is bringing in a small revenue. Then there is kind of like the beginner stage and the intermediate, and of course we have the high sellers as well, like 7, 8 figures, multiple 8 and 7 figures. There's all of that, and there's a wide range. And a lot of people still, especially if you are in the beginner or even pre-beginner or intermediate zone, they still have a lot of questions and fears about you know, the Amazon FBA business model. And I totally understand, because I mean, it's something so different than what we see in our daily lives. And I just wanted to kind of have a little chat, because sometimes when you are looking at this business model when you're first starting out, it might seem impossible. You might watch a video and a certain step in the video will have you confused, and you're not going to want to move forward with that step. And plus, not only that, you're seeing all these Amazon FBA's dead videos. You're seeing people saying you need like thousands and thousands of dollars in order to start this business model, and how you have to spend all this money doing this, and then getting all these websites, running your LLCs, your taxes, and it just becomes too much to handle. But obviously that's going to deter so many people. So what I want you to do to become successful is not even focus on all of those intermediate steps. Just focus on the outcome, which is having a profitable product. And if you have that set in mind, trust me, nothing else matters. No matter how many little steps there are, no matter how many trip ups there are, that's not going to prevent you from stopping to do this business model. Okay, I was kind of in a very lucky place, I would say, when starting out with this model. So when I started, all I knew is how to do well in school. All I knew is the typical 9 to 5, to go get a degree so you can go to college and do really well there, and blah blah blah, and then pay thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars and be in debt, and it's crazy, right? And then I honestly, like, I knew very little about entrepreneurship and like actually starting businesses. I literally had no idea that people were actually making money outside of the typical ways. And I know it sounds so silly, because most of you who are like in this industry or just thinking about it, you see that all the time. But I just didn't grow up around that. I didn't know anything about that. So when I was just kind of, you know, expanding my mind and looking at YouTube videos, I stumbled upon this business model, and I had no like preconceptions. I didn't have any biases. All I saw was opportunity, and I think that really helped me a lot. I didn't see any skeptical videos about this being dead. I didn't even see videos about how expensive it is to start Amazon and how it's oversaturated, which it's not, by the way. All I saw is, hey, I can launch a product, I can do better than these people because of numbers, and I can get to the first page and make sales. And when I heard that, immediately I was like, why is everybody in the world not doing this business model? This is just, it's almost like I don't know, I thought I found a diamond. I was immediately on it. I became obsessed with it. Nothing held me back. And let me tell you, I'm not saying that it was completely effortless for me and I had no problems and I just found my product within the week. No, like, I would stay up at coffee shops for hours and hours and hours, being frustrated, looking at all the like viral launch and jungle scout numbers and helium-10 numbers. When doing product research, I would take products to the next phase and I would be so confused. I would see a screenshot that looks good, I would try to analyze the market and then find out something's wrong. Or even before getting to that point, I would be so overwhelmed by all of these numbers. And for seconds, there are so many times where I sat there and I thought to myself, like, how am I even going to find a product? That's the first step. And then literally that's just the starting step. And it did kind of scare me a little bit because I knew absolutely nothing about this. But what brought me back always is saying, okay, people are legitimately making crazy amounts of money just by learning this business model. So the first time I do it, it's going to be harder because I'm doing everything for the first time, and then it's going to become a lot easier, right? So I did that, and then it's just like every single step you feel resistance. Then they came like talking to suppliers and figuring out box designs, and I remember talking to suppliers and even feeling so overwhelmed doing that. But I just want to tell you something, and this is just so important, because now when I do it, it is so much easier. Like 99.9 of the things I had a struggle with when I first started out, I don't even think twice about now, because I know how the business model works. I have done this so many times now that it is almost just like breathing to me. Not to that extent, but you know what I'm saying. It just becomes a lot easier once you actually do it. And then everything else, like all the minor nuances and all the negativity that's kind of going around this business model, you just really have to tune it out. If you have been studying this for a long time and watching all of these videos and then getting like skeptical things in your mind, the number one advice I could give you is to just stop thinking about that and stop watching those negative videos. And the more you watch those, it's just so funny to me, because I'm actually like deep into this business model and I know how well it works. So when I see those videos or people commenting that it's like, oh, blah blah blah, it's oversaturated, everyone's doing the same product, it just makes me laugh, because I just see so much opportunity every single day when I'm working on my business, and I just want to like relay that to as many of you that are watching it. Like I said, that's exactly why I do daily uploads. That's exactly why I made an Amazon course, because I want to show you the passion that I have for this model. Like I am doing this still every single day. Still, literally, it's like you would think you would stop, but I'm just so interested in this model, and I see the opportunity. It just, with each month, with each week, with each year, it just keeps expanding to now. Who knows what it's going to be like in years, but let me tell you, you should get into it right now before it becomes too late. Not by any means, today is not too late. It's not even close to too late, but it might be later. However, we'll reach that when we get there. I don't anticipate that being anytime soon, but it's just, you don't want to miss out on this opportunity because of a few skeptical videos that you watch. If you actually do your research and literally notice the thousands of Amazon videos that are out there that are positive, that are showing you how to construct everything, and you compare that to the negative videos, which is probably from people that tried it for like half a day and couldn't find a product and then just made a negative video about it, that doesn't even make sense. Like it just overweighs, okay? And now we're at a point where we have courses. Like I designed my course to make sure I walk everyone from step A to the absolute like step Z, not missing any single step. I have been researching this business model since day one. I've probably taken like literally every single Amazon FBA course that is out there. I am constantly doing my research just because I want to be fully updated. And now where you have people that are actually in the business model, doing it every day, they're teaching others, it's honestly easier than ever. You just have to follow steps, just have to do it too. It's not just about watching videos, it's about actually taking action and finding that product and taking a risk. And I know a lot of people say, I'm scared that I'm gonna lose money, I have to save up, but honestly, this is just the number one thing I want to make. You do not need $5,000 or $10,000 to start this business model. You only need a couple $1,000s, and I know that that may seem like a lot to somebody, but just think of money in a different way. Like you have your entire life ahead of you. If you hypothetically lose $2,000 on products, do you really honestly are telling me that you're never gonna make that $2,000 back? I mean, I understand that there's situations in life where you really need money, but just the fear of potentially never pursuing an amazing opportunity like this, and that can give you complete freedom of your life, versus being scared of losing $2,000, that just doesn't even logically make sense to me. When I first started out, I didn't even look up how much money does it take to start FBA. I did not care about the details. Like I swear, I am being like 100% honest with you. I did not care how much money it was gonna take. I did not have a single fear of losing a penny. I didn't care if I lost $5,000 trying this, because I just saw this opportunity, and I felt like I've never seen something as clear as I have before ever in my life. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna do whatever it takes. That was my mentality when I was sitting at these coffee shops doing hours and hours and hours of product research, not understanding what I was doing, not even understanding like how to construct a package, things that are so simple to me right now. I was saying, I do not care how many hours this is gonna take me. I don't care how much money it's gonna take me, because I know that it works, and I know that I am dedicated to this, and I'm going to make it work, because it is already a business model that works. Plus you have someone's ambition and just, you know, strive to actually achieve success. But with market research too, like there's so many different directions it could go. It's such a vast market, Amazon. There's so many products that if you want to do a low investment and scale slower and do it the low risk way, you can just pick a product that is a low risk. You do not need to buy a product that's like $15 per unit plus shipping and all these crazy numbers. That's just not how it works. You can get away, which is so cool, with just a small investment, with a small MOQ. And in my course I teach exactly how to get that small MOQ to save a bunch of money, to do it low risk, because I mean, why not, right? That's just a really good advantage to do it. So I just wanted to let you know about this certain misconception about Amazon FBA. And I do daily uploads, and all the links are down below, and I will see you in my next video.